So many people are asking what is allowed and what is not allowed to do in Chol Hamoed. Okay. So first of all, just the name Chol Hamoed. What is Chol? Is weekday. Moed is the Yom Tov. So when you call it Chol Hamoed, it's like oxymoron. Yeah. So it's opposite directions.
Shabbat Yom Rishon.
Yeah, it doesn't work. So what's the answer? That some things are allowed, some things are not allowed. For some things it is like a weekday. For other things it is like a holiday, like a moed. Okay? And then the question is, what are you allowed? Okay? So I'll tell you that specifically the question was coming from someone that it's very hard for him to learn. He can't concentrate in learning more than a couple of minutes, basically 5 minutes. And so he cannot occupy himself in those days that he's supposed to stay in his house, like with learning. So he wants to do all kinds of things in the house, to fix here, to fix there, to put shelves, to make some kind of a cabinet, whatever, to occupy himself with walking. Okay? So that was his question, if he's allowed to do that in Chol Hamoed. Because he's bored and he's in his house and he needs something to do. Okay? So I want to go over one section of Mishnah Berurah that speaks about it in the beginning of the 6th volume of the Mishnah Berurah. So it says there's 5 things, says the Mishnah Berurah, that are allowed to do in Yom Tov. Okay? The first thing is called Davar Aved. What does it mean, Davar Aved?
Yom Tov.
No, Chol Hamoed. What is Davar Aved? Something that will be lost if you will not take care of it right now. Okay, so the classical example for that is going back to the fruit trees that we were discussing before in Yom Tov. So in Chol Hamoed, in Yom Tov we say you're not allowed, but it's not supposed to make you a damage because it's only one day. But Chol Hamoed is a whole week. So if we'll say that you're not allowed to pick fruits in all of Chol Hamoed, someone that have ripe fruits on his tree, it will get rotten in the next week. So it won't be good anymore. So if that's the case, if the fruits will get rotten in the next few days, so that's called Davar Aved. You will lose it. If you will not do it now, you will lose it. So even though you want to take those fruits and put it in the fridge, it's not for the usage of the Moed, not for you, not for others, but you're allowed because if you will not do it, it will be destroyed. That's called Davar Aved. Okay? Then there's many other questions that comes with it about what exactly is the definition. For example, there was a guy that he found a good sale online or whatever in the market. You don't know if it will be on next week. Now he can buy the same thing in a big discount. Is it allowed or it's not allowed? Okay? So basically, if it's something that the person really needs, let's say I want to buy this book and I know that the price is 100 shekels. Now all of a sudden I see it in 20 shekels. It's something that is significant for me. Those 80 shekels, I can do a lot of things with them. So I don't know if I will be able to get the same deal next week. So I have the permission to buy it because I really need this book. It's something that I desire. But if it is something that is not something that I really dealing with, for example, let's say that now there's a diamond that they sell like half a price. I'm not dealing with diamonds. I'm not a diamond dealers. I don't have the money to buy a diamond. So to go now and to borrow money that to put in a business deal that it seems like a good deal, that maybe it won't be there for next week. That's a stretch. That's something that is too much. If it's something that you're dealing with, you know that this is you, and you know that it won't be there next week, you're going to lose it. So then there's a permission of the Davar Aved. Okay, but it's not something that is very solid. There is certain flexibility there. What is the definition of the Davar Aved? So that's now. The second thing is someone that he needs something for the need of the Moed. Yeah. So for example, right now because of this virus, so there's no tourists. But usually in Chol Hamoed Pesach, like Yerushalayim is packed. There's people from all over the world that are coming here, and that's the best time of all of the restaurants that they're selling to the tourists that are coming, right? So if you own a restaurant, you're allowed to open it. Not only that it's davar aved, it's better because the people that are coming, for them, they need it for the moed. They coming to Yerushalayim, they need to eat. So you're giving them food for the moed, right? So that's obviously something that will be permitted, right? Anything that you're giving services and someone else is using those services, he needs it for his moed, for his yom, for the Chol Hamoed, then for sure it will be allowed. Okay? Now what about someone that is living among non-Jews? So for them it's not moed, but he needs the money to use it in the moed. Yeah? You have, let's say, I don't know, he's fixing shoes. Yeah? And they put the shoes by him, and they will not use it in the moed, and even if they do, it doesn't mean anything for them because they're not celebrating the moed, whatever. But he needs that income. Otherwise he won't have enough money to buy food for himself, for his family. So then obviously he will be allowed. He needs the money for the moed. He's using the money, the income in the moed. So that's also permission. Okay?
And do we worry about, what if he doesn't need the money today, but if people who come to him usually go when he's closed, then they go to somebody else? Do we worry about that?
Okay, so that goes back to the davar aved. That's one of the corners of davar aved. Again, how much can you stretch the permission of davar aved? Anyhow, that's basically what the Mishnah is giving as the main subjects of permission. Now, altogether, the Mishnah is discussing the prohibition of doing something in Chol Hamoed if it is rabbinic or derives. Okay? There's a machloket rishonim if the prohibition is derives or the rabbanan, and there is, according to that answer, if it's derives or the rabbanan, so that will make a big difference. Because when you have a doubt which is rabbinic doubt, so you'll go leniency. If you have a doubt and it's derives, so you have to be stringent. That's the rules. So according to that, because we don't know if it is the rabbanan or the derives, so we have to be worried maybe it's the derives, and if it is the derives, so we have to be more stringent. Okay? So it doesn't mean that there's no leniencies. There is leniencies, but you have to be very settled how to use those leniencies. When do you use them? Okay? So going back to that person that he asked me this question, if he can fix things in his house. So, first of all, if it needs those shelves and cabinets and whatever it is for the moed, so then it will be permitted. But if now he wants to do it just for fun, he's not going to use it. So just the activity is, for him, it's like a pleasure for the Yom Tov. So that's not so much what we want the Jewish people to deal with in their holidays. It says that the holidays were given to Am Yisrael to deal with Torah. Okay, so someone that is not able to learn, it's very hard for him to learn. Then there's today it's very easy. We just put some kind of a class and whatever, and you're listening. But even that, how much can you concentrate? If someone that is not accustomed to learn, it's very hard to concentrate for a long time. So anyhow, basically the answer is that if he really needs it, and without it he gets bored, and we know that it says in the Gemara in Masechet Avot that Ashiamum mevi leidei chet, and there's another statement of Ashiamum mevi leidei shigaron. Someone that is bored, it can push him to do sins, and it can push him to get crazy. Okay? And unfortunately, we see that many people in the world are crazy and doing sins because they are bored. It's a reality. It's not a theory. It's a very true reality. This is the situation, unfortunately, of millions and millions of people. So therefore, it's a real issue. So someone that is complaining that is getting bored, is getting crazy, so you can't ignore it. You have to refer to that. So the answer is, you have to tell him that there is permission. That's what I told him. There is permission, but if you can not use the permission, it's better for you. If you have to use the permission, so there is a permission, you can use it. But it's better as much as you can to push it, and to do like other things that are not really working. And then yeah, it's more convenient. So practically, he told me afterwards. He told me that he found few mitzvot to deal with, to take care of a certain amount of food that he need to distribute to poor people, whatever it is. So it gives him like something to be occupied by, and Baruch Hashem is out of that like board box. So now we're settled, Baruch Hashem. And yeah, as much as people are able to really learn and pray and meditate in those days for the personal behalf, and obviously for all the people around and all the world, because the world needs a lot of mercy, and all the mercy are coming from Hashem, and Hashem's mercy become to be revealed to the world according to our actions of learning and praying and doing kindness one with another. So as much as we do those things, so we will have more and more revelation of Hashem's mercy on us, B'ezrat Hashem.